Welcome to the authentic Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com, where it is always prolific, consistent, and dedicated. This is your WWE Raw review for 3/16/2015. You know, is there a WrestleMania on the horizon? Is there a WrestleMania right around the corner? You wouldn't know it by watching Monday Night Raw. You know, I had high hopes, huge expectations with, knowing that there's only two Raws left. This Raw and next week's Raw, you think that the WWE would deliver. You think that all the superstars that are going to be involved in WrestleMania would show up. Brock Lesnar wasn't there. A man that is going to be in the main event for the WWE World title. Oh, sure, they had an interview, but he wasn't there live. He wasn't there to have a stare down. He wasn't there to get physical. He wasn't there to have any interaction. Wasn't even there to breathe the same air as Roman Reigns. But Paul Heyman was there to do all the work. Paul Heyman once again cut another solid, excellent, intriguing, compelling promo. And it was Roman Reigns who came down and once again is excelling and is getting more comfortable and getting more in tune with himself on the mic. And you know what? If anything, Brock Lesnar is doing Roman Reigns a lot of favors because this is giving Roman Reigns more face time, more mic time, and more time for Roman Reigns to evolve. And that's exactly what Roman Reigns is doing with his I can and I will get the job done. This Monday Night Raw, in my opinion, it could have been great. It could have been good. It could have delivered. It could have hit on all cylinders. But as we just learned on Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman made it pretty clear, crystal clear, that next week, finally, after weeks and weeks, and this was even when Lesnar was showing up, Lesnar didn't interact with Reigns. There was no, in-ring segments. There was no in-ring promos between the two. But finally, the WWE is going to deliver Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, same ring, same time, on the final Raw before WrestleMania. Well, congratulations, finally. I'm not taking anything away from Roman Reigns. I'm sure as hell not taking anything away from Paul Heyman, because if it weren't for Paul Heyman's work ethic, if it weren't for his mic skills, if it weren't for his delivery, I don't know if anybody would be interested in the WWE World Championship match, and if it weren't for Roman Reigns interacting with Paul Heyman. But as Roman Reigns said tonight on Monday Night Raw, he don't have a problem with Paul Heyman. As a matter of fact, he respects Paul Heyman, and he owns up to the fact that Paul Heyman is the greatest mic worker potentially in history. But his problems with Brock Lesnar, his issues with Brock Lesnar. So between Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, you would almost think that these two are clashing for the WWE World title at WrestleMania instead of Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Now, I'll tell you what, the WWE is really going to have to hit one out of the park next week with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the ring. They are going to have to get physical because they got one chance. They have one opportunity to sway the viewers' attention, to sway their choice of whether or not this match is worth it, whether this match should be the main event of WrestleMania. And I'm not coming on here saying that it's not Roman Reigns that doesn't deserve this shot, that Roman Reigns doesn't deserve this opportunity, because I was one of those critics. I was one of those haters. I was one of the guys several months ago that just said Roman Reigns needs to earn, Roman Reigns needs to evolve, Roman Reigns needs to get involved, Roman Reigns needs to improve. Well, ever since ever since Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns has been improving both in the ring, on the mic, and I think Roman Reigns is willing and able. He has proved me wrong. Roman Reigns has proved a lot of doubters wrong, and I gotta say that I was wrong. I was dead wrong. Roman Reigns, as you can see, is a performance performer. He is a man that shows up every week, and he is a man that will potentially become the next WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But what was compelling about this Paul Heyman promo, and I know I'm not really talking about Monday Night Raw because it wasn't a whole hell of a lot to talk about Monday Night Raw leading into WrestleMania. I'm going to talk about the major points of the show, what mattered and what stuck out to me. The fact that Paul Heyman was alluding to the fact that Brock Lesnar might go off the script. That what's going to happen when Brock Lesnar doesn't go according to plan. Who's going to stop Brock Lesnar? Quite frankly, nobody. So between Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, with Lesnar not showing up again on Monday Night Raw, it was still solid between Heyman and Reigns. And then we had the United States Championship contract signed between John Cena and Rusev. John Cena had a lot of passion. He had a lot of emotion, standing up for the USA, being very defiant, being very volatile. But it was Rusev who would get one over on Cena tonight by turning the table over on Cena during the contract signing, and then Rusev took off. At first, though, it looked as if Rusev wasn't going to accept the challenge. It looked as if Rusev wasn't going to sign the contract, but once he talked about the USA and degraded us and spat out our face and disrespected us, John Cena could not hit Rusev. John Cena could not get physical or volatile with Rusev, because if he did while he was degrading the USA right in front of Cena, then Cena would not got his United States Championship match. Although I gotta say, with Lana not being by Rusev's side, and when Rusev took the microphone, I felt it was pretty damn cool to see Rusev finally talk and get his word across instead of Lana being the one. Since tonight, it wasn't Lana by Rusev's side. It was Rusev's attorney, his lawyer, which horrible actor, horrible voiceover, horrible whatever. This guy was absolutely out of tune, and the guy should have never been there. Rusev should have just done all the talking. But I understand why he was there, to get over the segment and get over what was happening at that time. So that segment, I'd give it about 3 out of 5 stars. Could have been better, could have been worse. I don't know. The interactions between Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, the promo by Seth Rollins in the beginning of the night, dissension in the ranks between Rollins and the Authority, Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury, quitting, saying, I've had enough, you're letting this whole future thing get to your head. The Big Show and Kane weren't really listening to what Seth Rollins was saying. They weren't on the side of Seth Rollins, although this is all part of probably the plot, the twist. It was thickening. It was all part of the master plan that Seth Rollins was trying to goat Randy Orton into, just so they could get revenge. And Randy Orton is going to go against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania under one circumstance. That is that if Randy Orton wants Rollins at WrestleMania, well, then Rollins is going to go against Randy Orton tonight. Randy Orton must accept the challenge, and Randy Orton knew what he was getting himself into. Randy Orton isn't dumb. Randy Orton isn't stupid, but he says, if it means getting my hands on you at WrestleMania, then I will face you tonight on Raw. If it means getting my ass handed to me by the Authority, if it means a 5-on-1 attack, well, then that's what I'm willing to take, and that's the advantages that you have, and that is the risk I am willing to go in there, and knowing full well that if you're going to end me, if you're going to take me down, you better end my career, because if you leave even a little bit of Randy Orton left, your future will be over due to the Viper Randy Orton. So, of course, between what we saw with Rollins and Orton in the match that we saw as the main event, and the developments and the revolting developments that happened there, and the plan and the plot thickening. We even saw a Divas match with AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella. Now, here's the thing. This match was given a good amount of time, but the match kind of wasn't that great. With knowing the two Divas involved, knowing what they bring to the table, knowing what they could have done and how they could have enhanced that time, the match wasn't all that good, but maybe because they're saving all the great spots for the Divas tag team match at WrestleMania. So although they were given more time and give Divas a chance, I'm trying to give them a chance, and they're getting more time to shine. The WWE is giving the Divas more of an opportunity, as we witnessed on Monday Night Raw, but the opportunity did not present itself because the match wasn't all that great. Although it wasn't that bad, it just was in the middle. I don't know. I wasn't feeling the match. Maybe it was me. Maybe I'm seeing something wrong. We've seen Ryback versus The Miz. We've seen a lot of meaningless segments and matches here tonight. The tag team division, somewhat heating up, but it's, I don't know. I love Cesaro. I love Tyson Kidd. They're the tag team champions, but this whole thing with the New Day, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not liking it. I'm not getting the right vibe from it. We saw a meaningless battle royal that just, and I mean, I know it's trying to build up the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and I understand that, but they're just going about things the wrong way. The build, the aura, the significance, from the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock hour, here's how I'm going to rate it. From the 8 to 9 o'clock hour, I'll give Raw out of 5 stars, 3 out of 5 stars. From the 9 to 10 o'clock hour, I'll give it 3.5 out of 5 stars, just because of the Paul Heyman promo and everything that we saw during that time. Then from the 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock hour, things spiced up a little bit. You had the whole, thing with Sting. You had the whole thing with Triple H. You had all those developments, and you had all those qualifications, and you had all those things going down. But, not even the things that matter could help this Monday Night Raw or boost it up. It's just, I don't know what to think. I mean, I'm a longtime WWE fan. I have been a defender. I have stood up for the WWE. I have kissed the WWE's ass. But there comes a point in time when you've seen enough, when you've heard enough, well, pretty much, I don't know if I've actually seen enough, because I don't know if I've seen anything. I don't know if I've seen anything on this build on the road to WrestleMania. I don't know if WWE is satisfying my taste buds, and you're looking at a longtime WWE fan that has never quit, that has never went away, that has never backed down, not even in its lowest times, even when it wasn't the most popular time to be a WWE fan like right now, to go out there and admit that you're watching this stuff, that you're supporting this stuff, that you're liking this stuff, that you're being force-fed this stuff. It's a little degrading to me that I'm sitting back and I'm watching what the WWE is putting out. And I know I'm not taking anything away from the superstars that go out there and bust their ass because they're just doing what they're told. But what they're being told and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to accomplish by the creative team, and it's just not getting over. It's not getting by. It's not registering to the crowd, to the audience. I give Raw 6 out of 10 stars, and that's being too nice. Way too nice. 5 out of 10. Subscribe.